UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, you are welcome to Education Forum right here on UBC Television, Inspiring Uganda. And today we are going to be having an amazing conversation when it comes to the shift from education system to what the soft skills do have to play as we advance towards the employment world, but also being able to survive a day or two or even forever. And we are not alone. Of course, we shall be able to understand what different challenges, but also what attributions is Dr. Jane Kengea, who is our guest today, break down and tell us her contribution as well as what needs to be done to ensure that the space is very free. Of course, it is me, Treslin Ankonda. Now we get into our guest. Hello, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so very much for having me. I'm so delighted to be here.
Yes.
So my name, as you have said, is Dr. Jane Kengea Kayondo.
Yes.
And maybe I can give a little bit more about
Yes,
myself.
who would like to know who Kengea is?
Yes. I am actually a medical doctor.
Yes.
I spent over 40 years in health research, and now I am in soft skills development. And as we go on in the interview, I will tell you how I ended up here. But for now, I am a mother, I am a wife, I'm a grandmother, I am a member of society, I'm a member of a church, so I'm an all-rounder, and I believe in rounding up people.
Amazing. We are so happy to have you as our guest today on Education Forum. When you talk about being a doctor, a medical doctor, and a researcher, and now finding it important to venture into soft skills, first of all, what are these soft skills that you talk about?
Okay, maybe before I talk about what these soft skills are, I will tell you how I ended up here, because
Yes.
that really classifies and clarifies what these skills are. So much earlier in my life, I was fully qualified as a doctor. I had my postgraduate qualifications in public health, in epidemiology, so I was technically and professionally ready. I returned from the UK from a master's training, and I was given this very big, fortunate position of starting a big HIV/AIDS program here in Uganda, based at the Uganda Virus Research Institute in Entebbe. Then all of a sudden I realized that, wait a minute, I'm fully qualified technically and professionally, but throughout my education, I had never been taught leadership, I had never been taught management, I had never been taught how to handle people, I had not even been taught how to handle public money, I had not been taught how to deal with society, how to deal with communities, how to negotiate in life. Then I realized that, you can really have a very good education and still you are lacking in these big skills. At that time, I didn't know what to call them. But of course, eventually I discovered that these are actually what are called soft skills. So to go back fully to your question, soft skills, though when you hear the name soft or the word soft, you think they are easy to learn, you think maybe they're not even important, you think you can live without them. Now more and more we are calling them power skills. The word soft skills came from the military, who believe in hard things and then soft things. But though we call them soft skills, they are absolutely essential. And I'm going to give you some examples so that you can understand what these are. So for example, you have a set of skills which you need for you to be able to self-manage, to manage yourself. And you yourself, you can already think of some of them. For example, how do you manage your emotions? How do you communicate? How do you manage your mindset? Are you sure you are going in the right direction? Do you have your priorities right? How do you lead yourself? Then there's a whole long list of those skills for self-management. Then you have the soft skills for your interpersonal relations, how you deal with people. For example, how you negotiate, how you are empathetic to people. Again, how you communicate, how you lead, how you relate. There's a whole set of skills in this area of how you deal with people. We call them relational soft skills. Then you have the soft skills for life. How disciplined are you? What are your habits? How do you deal with, even these days, things like addiction? How do you handle stress? Those type of life skills that you need. And now of late, we have ventured into a whole important area of what are your soft skills in the IT area, in the online area. How empathetic are you when you are online? How kind, how gentle? How do you lead yourself in that space? What sort of footsteps do you leave behind? So it's a whole set of skills, but they will help you to self-manage. They will help you to relate better. They will help you to lead your life well, and they will help you to be online safely and kindly. These are things we need in our employment, in our business life, and in our usual life.
Amazing. Yeah. As a medical doctor, you could have chose to do something else in your retirement. At what point did you feel like soft skills is actually a venture that you should take in, especially as a medical doctor?
Yes. So that's a very interesting question, because I'm one of those people who knew what I wanted to retire into way back when I was still employed.
Yes.
I know some people, they first retire, then they say, oh, maybe I go into this, or maybe me, I knew a long time ago, because it had affected me.
Yes.
And I eventually worked internationally. I was at the World Health Organization for over 15 years. So I was seeing the world from up here, seeing countries, seeing institutions, seeing people, seeing leaders. And I could see the gap everywhere I looked.
Yes.
I could see the gap everywhere I looked. So I thought that, you know what, I would be in medical consulting and probably making money, not, but I decided I was going to spend whatever life I have left dealing with these soft skills, being an advocate for these soft skills, training people in these soft skills, investing, because I invest a lot in these soft skills.
Yes.
It was a very early revelation. Actually, my company, Rounding Up the Edges, which I founded,
yes,
through which I do this work, I registered it in 2013, and I retired in 2019.
Oh, interesting.
So I already knew
yes,
what I wanted to retire into.
Interesting. And also when you talk about soft skills, particularly from an angle that you already had the exposure and found the need or the gap to fill. In Uganda today, do you think most people perceive soft skills as something very important in their lives, or is it vice versa?
I think if you go to the human level,
yes,
we all say buntu bulamu.
Yeah, sure.
Be a good person.
Yeah.
When we are talking to our kids, we say wefuge.
Yeah.
Manage yourself. And normally, even when at work, people are telling themselves, you sort.
Yeah.
Sort yourself.
Yes.
There's an underground understanding of these soft skills. But I think what is lacking is the how, and that's what I'm bringing in. Because it's okay to tell a child, wefuge, rule yourself.
Yes.
But we don't actually say, this is how you self-manage. You tell your workers, you sort yourselves. But then we can come into your workforce and say, this is how you sort yourself.
Yes.
Because you really see the need, you see the gap. But then the how, the what should I do to be a better person?
Yes.
What should I do to get a job instead of sitting in my parents' living room for after graduation, even after masters? We bring in that aspect of how do I do it. That's why we call them skills. Skills is the how. doesn't stop at just knowledge, just knowledge. So even if people in the education system, they are giving the hard skills, the
Yes.
technical skills, the what skills, and then you graduate and they say, go out there and be the best person you can be. We bring in the how. We bring in the how. These skills are the answer to that question. Go and be this, but how?
Yes.
Then we bring in the how.
Interesting. When you talk about the how, and also, do you think there is this is a time of mindset change? Because some people think, as long as I am a doctor, as long as I am a lawyer, as long as I have these titles, as long as I've been here and there, then it is automatic that I would actually maybe be employed, which doesn't turn out sometimes. So, in your understanding, is it a question of mindset, or is it a question of people being comfortable with where they are?
I think it's both.
Yes.
I think the mindset right now is that if I get a degree,
Yes.
if I get a diploma,
Yes.
if I get a certificate, me, I call them badges. You know the badges you
Yes.
can wear on lapel here.
Yes.
If I get those, I am good. I'm not saying don't get them, because you need the knowledge.
Yes.
You need the skills, the hard skills.
Yes.
You need the technical know-how that these systems bring. But on their own, what makes a carpenter on a village be having so much work when
Yes.
the neighboring carpenter doesn't get clients? Both of them graduated from the same vocational school. Both of them have the badge, but one is prospering, the other one is not. What makes a doctor more popular than another one? Both of them have the degrees,
Yes.
but the other one is a renowned somebody.
Yeah.
It's the way they handle people. It's the way they handle themselves. It's the legacy they have. It's the picture the society gets. Those are all embedded in soft skills. All of you can have the same qualification, and another person can succeed, and another person cannot succeed so much. That gap there is what we are trying to fill.
That's very amazing. And also, from what you give, I do take that branding as well could be one of the soft skills that you offer.
Absolutely.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that is interesting. But of course, also maybe to put a shift from what could be included within right from primary, because sometimes people wait for until it is university and then now they take on the soft skills or not. In your view, do you think these are skills that should be given to these people? Even parents could have a role to play in this. Maybe you could submit on that.
Yeah. So what you are saying is exactly right, and I will give an example, a living example. When I was at the World Health Organization, we had these big programs on soft skills.
Yes.
Heavy, big trainers. You go back, 1 week you try to live the way they taught you how to lead, how
Yes.
to lead. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, within 1 month, we are back to where we were.
Yeah.
So when people are already set in their ways, it's very difficult. It's much easier to inculcate these soft skills at an earlier age.
Yeah.
So the earlier, the better. Your question is, along the spectrum of the education system, for us personally now as a company,
Yes.
at the primary school level, we can't handle. It's too big.
Yes.
We focus on teachers. So we have a teachers program for the schools which partner with us. At the secondary school level, we have
Yes.
both for teachers and for students.
Yes.
And then at university level, we have both for teachers and students.
Amazing.
As well.
We shall be, of course, be getting back into that. And this is Education Forum. We are here with Dr. Jane Kengea, and we are happy to have her. Of course, we shall be going for a very short commercial break. See you right after. Welcome back right here on Education Forum, Treslin and Kunda hosting. And we are with Dr. Jane Kengea, who is our guest today, but also breaking down the role that education system has to play vis-a-vis the soft skills and how we can be able to use them to get into the employment world to survive, but also to be able to grow from one stage to another and how important they are. And maybe getting back to you, Dr. Jane, talking about the organization that you are, the company that you are with, or the company that you founded, how or what organizations, what entities are you working with to ensure that there is indeed that role filled or the gap filled?
Yes, yeah, thank you so much. So at the moment we are registered in Uganda is to register cross-continent. My dream is actually to have soft skills academies across Africa.
Yes.
So that's the big dream. The institutions we work with, I will just give you an example.
Yes.
Like last week on Tuesday, we signed an MOU with Mbarara University,
Yes.
MUST,
Yes.
to become the arm of their soft, of course, potentially renewable. So sometimes we go into that type of arrangement.
Yes.
A university signs an MOU with us and we work with them under that arrangement.
Yes.
We've had a long-standing MOU with Chambogo University, where we have been working with the university. Other institutions, we don't have formal mechanisms like that,
Yes.
but we are like an in-house trainers for them. And we go to their place. Sometimes they bring their people here.
Yes.
Sometimes they hire a place somewhere and we go and train there. But also to be able to reach workforces and teams in companies and in businesses.
Yes.
3 years ago, now we are in the 4th year, we joined Business Network International,
Yes.
which is a global network with a big chapter here in Uganda of about over 600 businesses and companies, mainly in Kampala, but also in Entebbe, where we are the soft skills training arm
Yes.
of that network. So through that, we reach many workforces. And you know the workforce in Uganda is mainly young people.
Yes.
Because we are a young population. So we reach many workforces through that, that network like that. Some people come to us, some people see us on TV like here, and they call us. I hope by the end we give my contacts. They come to us and we train them. So we use various mechanisms. Some of them more formal
Yes.
than others informal. Some are one-offs, but some call us regularly.
Yes.
Some call us regularly. And then sometimes we organize our own programs. Recently, we've had some people who come, like a company can come and say, an organization can come and say, I will pay you,
Yes.
you train for free. And that works a lot, because then it means we train online sometimes,
Yes.
so that many people can join without necessarily having to pay the minimum fee that we charge. So there are all sorts of varieties. We are very, very flexible. We are very accommodating. We don't charge very high fees. We charge reasonable fees, not necessarily the sky is the limit.
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting. Uganda's education system equally does have an element of vocational training. Are there times that you have actually extended the same services of soft skills within some of the vocational institutions? Or
Yes. So we've actually had good experience with vocational institutions. And there's one very close to where we are, Kisubi Vocational Institution. We've trained them sometimes. But more recently, we are now working with a vocational institution in Nkokonjero in Mukono.
yes.
It's called the Abandoned Children something. It takes up young ladies. It's a woman-only organization
Yes.
who have disadvantaged either financially or something, and they train them in vocational schools, in vocational skills.
Yes.
And we've worked them, this is now our second year. Every time they bring in a new cohort, they call us and we work with them to sharpen their mindset, to set them right, to give them faith in themselves, to give them confidence. And even over these two cohorts, they see a big difference. They see a big difference. And I have tried to reach out to vocational schools, trying to see if they can really, but many of them are struggling financially.
Yes.
Many of them are struggling financially, and so it's not easy for vocational school, but it's one of our biggest targets because there they are already in the skilling world, not just educating for knowledge.
Yes.
And we can partner with them very, very easily.
Interesting. You mentioned something to do with Chambogo and MAST. Particularly, are there cohorts that perhaps you have had with these institutions before, maybe at a starting age, and maybe feedback in terms of impact?
Yeah. So for MAST, we've just started.
Yes.
We are working on an approach. It's very early days, but I can describe that approach at a later stage. But for evidence of can it work
Yes.
through these universities, we have plenty of evidence. One example I will cite was in our earlier times, I think it was 2020,
Yes.
we took a group of students in Chambogo University.
Yes.
We worked with them every Saturday. We would go to Chambogo and work with them over like a period of 12 weeks.
Oh.
They were committed, 12 weeks. We took them through how do you find job adverts and make sense of them,
Yes.
CV writing, cover letter writing, interview tactics, professionalism, how to manage their time, how to manage their emotions. It was like a 9-pack curriculum. By graduation, all of them had got jobs. Not 1 year later, but by
Yes.
graduation, all of them had got the jobs they wanted. So it gave us confidence that actually if you work intensely with a group of youth at that level,
Yes.
it can make a very big difference. What it does is, because it doesn't create more jobs, that capacity we don't have. But what we can do is to make a person more competitive so they win the competition.
Yes.
Yeah. So they leave others behind, which is very, 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 very achievable if we have a good concerted program. We are hoping that even for MAST, we shall be able to do that with their students.
Welcome back right here on Education Forum, Treslin and Kunda hosting, and we are with Dr. Jane Kengea, who is a medical doctor but also who runs a soft skills company equipping young people, equipping the community, equipping the education system in terms of universities, vocational institutions to ensure that there is an addition to the value system in terms of education. And let me get you again. You tell us about the soft skills. In your classes, we would like to vision ourselves in the room. How do you do it? How different is it for me if I'm in a physics class? And how am I able to actually assess myself? How do you assess these students that actually there is progress in terms of the soft skills management?
Okay. So these are adults already,
Yes.
many of them. Even when they are not yet right age adults, they are already, not little kids. We don't focus very
Yes.
low. They learn in different ways. There's evidence now to show that a lecture,
Yes.
if I stand here and lecture, the traditional way lecturing, students will retain only 5%
Yes.
of what I have lectured. That's one thing. There's also evidence that when people see, they learn more. When people see a demonstration, they learn more. When people participate and practice, they learn more. When people actually go and teach others, they learn more. So the theory of learning is known. So for us, we actually use that theory. We will be having a group of people who have come to learn with us.
Yes.
We will minimize the amount of lecturing because we know that that's not how these soft skills are learned.
Yes.
We will also minimize the amount of note taking, you know,
Yes.
which many people do.
Yes.
Many people take back the notes, they don't read them. So what we do, we use practical approaches. Like, for example, group work. We will break them up into groups. We will give them questions. They will discuss. Then they will present. And
Yes.
as they present, we always say, we teach you now how to present yourself, how to be confident speaking in public. We combine a lot of things. We will give them like simple quizzes,
Yes.
which they can discuss in pairs or discuss in a group. We give them scenarios. Supposing this happened, how would you deal with it?
Yes.
We do role plays. Supposing the situation is like this,
Yes.
you play for us how you would handle. So they learn the soft skills, not because we are lecturing and they are taking notes, but because they are engaged,
Yeah.
because they are practicing. And if there is a chance, we always tell them, give us a short explanation so that you are teaching others about this
Yes.
particular component of the skill. So we use practical, we use hands-on, we don't use the traditional lectures. But also we know that when you go to a class and you take back nothing, sometimes you have nothing to refer to.
Yeah. Yes. Sure.
So we give what we call take-home notes. For each of our lectures, we will send them take-home notes so that they can revise, so that they can keep up to date. And of late now, and maybe this is the time I can bring up the book, I have written a book, this book here.
Yes.
I have summarized the 12 fundamental soft skills for personal, business, and professional success.
Yes.
And I find that many people actually now, when they leave the class, they say, Doctor, let me take that book.
Yes.
Because now they have a resource to go and learn more and read more and even share with their family. And this is something that they can have all their lives.
Yes.
So we use different approaches. We train online sometimes, a lot, but even when we train online, we are not just lecturing.
Yes.
We are still saying, in the chat, groups, we break them up into groups. We still try to be as practical and as engaging as possible. That's how people will learn these soft skills, not through lectures only.
So when you talk about the kind of studies that they go through, and particularly in terms of measuring progress, after what period is one actually put out there to say now you've actually attained this skill and you're good to go out there? Is it according to the individual's maybe kind of energy to learn as fast as they can, or is it specific that you must actually attain this training for maybe a period of 2 weeks or 1 week, or depending?
Yeah, so it depends. Some of our programs come in packages.
Yes.
So for example, we have a package, which the one we used in Chambogo,
Yes.
which we call the job seeker package, which includes the skills I already said, CV writing, you know. So that one, we present it as a package. And at the end of it all,
Yes.
somebody will have got that. But you know, we act like the traditional restaurant. We have a menu of
Yes.
skills. Some people come and they say, Doctor, me, just I need one thing, public speaking. And we will take them through a public speaking.
Oh.
We keep them short, of course. Some 2 hours, you can pick something.
Yes.
Some half a day, you can keep something. Some programs we do for a day, you can pick something. But what you are asking is, how do we test that they have learned
Yes.
something?
Yes.
That's very tricky. because it's not, we are not awarding marks.
Yes.
Like you got 100, another got 50, another one. That's the traditional education system.
Yes.
For us, we award a certificate in terms of hours you've spent in our hands. So for example, if you spend 6 hours and you have learned communication skills
Yes.
and emotional intelligence, we will say that you spent 6 hours with us and you learned these skills. We believe that some time with us will change you, will impact some skills on you. And then one thing we always ask is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how likely are you to recommend somebody else
Yes.
to take this training?
Yes.
And we always get 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. So we have ways of evaluating. We can do, give a short questionnaire before the training. We give a short questionnaire, the same questions, after the training, and we see the difference. And it's always way up in, you know, of course, it's not like we are judging by the same way the education system judges, but we can get a feel that some people have picked up understanding, some people have picked up some skills,
Yes.
some people think they have practiced enough, and then the readiness to go and apply these skills is always very, very, very high. These are intangible skills. You can't measure them like mathematics
Yes.
and physics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you do like follow-ups after the person? Or?
Okay, so everyone, most people who have gone through our hands, we will ask them for their personal information.
Yes.
Those who are of age to give it. So usually they will give us their telephone number. They will also give us their email address.
Yes.
We have created an enterprise management system where we enter all this. So right now we have well over 2,000, 3,000 people on our books. Then we form them into small WhatsApp groups. And then we also have a mailing list. So the follow-up is daily almost. And they can also ask us. And then, of course, on our website, we have a space.
Sure that these soft skills actually, if I am in Bushenyi and I would like to benefit, it is easier for me. And how do you do that then?
Okay. So what you're asking is, how are we scaling up?
Yes.
Yes. How are we scaling up in terms of being national?
Yeah, using technology.
Using technology, but
Yes.
also being global.
Yes,
As I
yes.
said, we are registered in different countries.
Yes.
So when we do Zoom,
oh.
it can take 1,000 people.
Hey.
It's quite expensive also.
Yes.
But that's what we had to do. So what we do is, if, for example, you are having, like recently we had a training on stress management.
Yes.
Somebody paid us for it
Yes.
and said, let people register and log in free. So we had people logging in from Canada, from Abu Dhabi, from, you know.
Yes.
It's a question of how do they get information that this training is taking place.
Yes.
So that's where the WhatsApp, the social media, we use a lot of social media, this group email we have. But once we are doing things online, and it wasn't very successful, not because of clients, but the system we used wasn't so. But now there are so many systems, you know, and
Yes.
there's AI to help. So we are really within this 6 months, or by the end of this year, certainly, we shall have almost the first solid soft skills e-learning platform
Yes.
that people can log on and learn at their own pace. So we are technologically, you know, taking advantage.
Do you intend it to be a free platform, or is there going to be some?
To start with, it's not going to be a free platform.
Yes.
To start with, there may be a pay. But me now, I have developed confidence that as more and more countries, more and more governments,
Yes.
more and more organizations, more and more donors see these efforts, someone will say, can I fund this?
Yes.
Can I fund this for this particular people?
Yes.
Already people are funding it for their people, funding soft skills for the people in their workspace.
Yes.
In universities, sometimes the universities fund. So I think there's going to be more pressure. But me personally, to be honest, I think somebody needs to be able to pay something, to value something. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
I like free things in certain situations, but when it comes to this, it's like asking, so you're going to take a degree in geography. Can you have it free?
Yes.
Either you have a scholarship or you pay.
Yes.
Yes. So I think we need to see them as valuable as the hard skills,
Yes.
so that parents get ready to invest in them. Government gets ready to invest in them, so that we can give an all-rounded education.
Amazing.
All-rounded
This is Education Forum. We'll be in for a very short commercial break. See you after. Welcome back to the Education Forum, and we continue to discuss the role that education system has to play vis-a-vis the need for soft skills, but also we are here with Dr. Jane, who is our guest today. Dr. Jane, maybe as we get into this segment, would like to know, who are your target audience? Which people do you reach out to, or which people should actually reach out to you?
Okay. So our focus is on youth, workforces, and professionals.
Yes.
For youth, our target groups are schools, secondary schools, for a teachers program and for a students program. Universities for a staff program, for a student program. Vocational schools for both the tutors program and the students program, but also every company, every organization,
Yes.
every agency, every corporate organization, for their staff, for their teams, so that they can also learn these skills and improve. But also independent professionals. If you feel in your heart that you would benefit from these skills, come forward.
Yes.
Make contact, because a lot of the people we have helped have come individually. Then they go and bring their team,
Yes.
or they go and bring their university, or they go and bring their school. Associations, professional association, old girls association, old boys association.
Associations.
Go back to your school and convince them that there is a better way. There is a way to work together and produce more rounded up kids, more rounded up adults, more rounded up teams, more rounded up workforces, than just to focus on hard skills, technical skills, professional skills, academic knowledge. You can add more and be better. Yeah.
So talking about the education hands-on system vis-a-vis the soft skills system, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, what or how do you envision it to be in terms of young people getting into workforces, young people being able to get out there? Do you think there will be a certain increase in terms of maybe percentages, or is it that maybe we could even actually have these soft skills incorporated into the syllabus as part of the trainings?
Yeah. I think already the government has started
Yes.
one step
Yes.
to include practical and also soft skills
Yes.
into the curriculum. But obviously, this should be bigger. This should be deeper. This should be like made available.
Yes.
Within the higher education, this even if now we are starting extracurriculum, but at least create some space where the learning of soft skills is enabled, is possible. And if possible, mainstream it into the education, so that as people are learning physics, you can teach them how to speak properly, how to manage their emotions, because it doesn't have to be just standalone.
Yes.
Alone. But also investment. I think there has to be investment in this area. A chunk of the education budget needs to be identified and earmarked for soft skills training, either directly
Yes.
through the curricula or engaging with people like us. But as I told you, my vision is to see soft skills academies across Africa. Then we can change the way the continent works. Then we can change the way the continent thinks. Then we can change the way the continent develops.
Yes.
But at the individual level, make it your own responsibility. Because now that you understand that one side alone is not enough. And sometimes you wonder why you never get that promotion. Sometimes you wonder why they sacked you from the job you got only 6 months later they threw out. Sometimes you wonder why you are not employed. Sometimes you wonder why your marriage is failing because of your relationship skills. Sometimes there's so many things that we as individuals go through that soft skills can solve. So as a person, make up your mind and say, there's solution. I'm not going to live with a problem or a shortfall where there is a solution. I can take my kids during holidays, they can go to a soft skills camp. I can make sure that when we are watching television, we are very intentional.
Yes.
We are looking for those programs which promote soft skills, which teach these soft skills. And there are several, there are many.
Okay, maybe let me also ask this question. Soft skills, when you get online, when you go on YouTube, when you go on Twitter, when you go on TikTok, there are always people doing work of a similar nature. Now, what should inspire someone to have this physical connection with such physical engagements that you are offering, vis-a-vis them saying, if I can go on YouTube and listen to someone speaking, then this is good enough for me?
Yeah, okay. Remember how I said we follow the psychology of how people learn?
Yes.
We said lecture, small percentage.
Yes.
Watching on your phone, you might retain 10.
Yes.
Yes. But if you come in a formal system,
Yes.
in an organized system, especially in a group learning, and you do the methods I described already, group work, scenarios, role plays, you yourself teaching them, you can get more than 50 or 60%.
Yes.
So yes, you will find short clips of soft skills thing, you will find infographics on
Yes.
LinkedIn. What you retain from there is a very small percentage. And most of the time they are telling you the what.
Yes.
They are not showing you the how.
Yeah.
They are not showing
very
you
true.
the how. So I know people can say, I can get it from wherever I want. Yes, but otherwise education system wouldn't be there. People would have said, I can teach my child at home. But we know that group learning is
Yes.
much better than individual learning.
Learning.
The nature of what I described, the way we teach, is a more superior thing than watching a podcast or something. But for goodness sake, rather than zero, watch a podcast.
Yes. Interesting. Maybe your final remarks or additions that you'd like to make.
Yes. So my final remarks are, we are in a transition. We are transitioning in many ways. Soft skills is a transition. It's not going to go back. Because out there, people are investing in education systems
Yes.
that have now incorporated soft skills. So we better do that. Otherwise, it's one of the things that's going to leave us behind. But also, now there is artificial intelligence. It's another revolution. But you need the soft skills for using it properly.
Yes.
And probably many people are using it incorrectly. So I think we need to accept that this is transformation, this is a movement, this is a change at the individual level, at the institutional level, at the company level, at the organizational level, at the country level, across countries. We have to move with this change.
Yes.
At the same time, be also ready to invest in it. Change just by the lips without injecting resources cannot really happen. So to close up, I already showed you my book on soft skills. It's available. You can get it. It's not so expensive. I don't need to mention the price on television. And then I have also a book, The Story of My Life. It's been in circulation for 10 years. It has inspired many, many, many people. So again, even if you don't read my own book, read what others have done so that you can get inspired. Soft skills need strong inspiration. They need role models. They need people who are advocating and speaking. And I don't think my own voice alone is enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jen. It's been nice having you and also being able to learn and also share from your knowledge to the audience. We want to thank you all that continue to follow us at Education Forum. We've been discussing the role that education system has to play vis-a-vis the need for soft skills and how we need to integrate them in our day-to-day lives. The best thing and rewards that we get from putting in the extra effort, being able to have the self-commitment, but also the need for us to actually go out and quest for this knowledge and information and what it can do in our lives. We want to thank you so much for always following us. See you next time.